All right, welcome back, everyone. We are just about through this area, just been wading around in the water and fighting stuff for a little while. So we are just here checking out the last couple of, areas. We got the campfire coming up. Probably gonna try.
We check back in on the ranch.
Sure, I will do that. Thank you. Let's do some cows. Let's see, sell some stuff, get myself some money. Don't need any armor. You don't have any special lures. No new weapons. See if anybody wants to say anything.
The castle's even larger once you get close to it.
What's that shining thing up top? A spirit vessel? It feels creepy, like it's watching over everything.
You think he knows we're here?
We'd best assume as much, yes.
What we have to do is simple. Just beat Volhran and rescue Shionne. That's it.
Try not to work yourself up too much. We have a lot of city and castle yet to traverse.
Is it the Eye of Sauron that's up there? Oh, Rinwell, yay!
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Not
Hardly.
everything.
In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did, just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was astral arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
Yep, people fear things they can't do or don't understand.
Don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution.
Or anger,
So
and anger
Carl's
leads to
not
hate,
magic.
and then suffering,
It
so...
could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah.
Yay.
Night, everyone.
Night!
I want to go back to bed.
Too bad.
We're almost there, guys. Don't let your guard down.
I'm excited just thinking about us barging through the front gate.
This is really pretty. Of course, I tend to find just about everything in this game really pretty, so... Oh! It's nice, just soldiers everywhere. Cool, cool.
Halt! Are you Alfin and his companions?
Yes?
Why would you think that?
You are the only one scheduled to arrive, and there are no unscheduled arrivals in Ganeth Haros. So I'll ask again, are you Alphen and his companions?
We are.
Then pass. Lord Volhran is expecting you at Castle Delpharis.
Well, thank you. Guys, that's loud. Could you not?
Well, suppose it's rather nice of them to roll out the red carpet for us.
Yeah, we'll go with nice. Very nice of them.
So we're supposed to meet him in there? What do we do now?
Let's see how things look around the city first. Then we'll make our way to the castle.
Yeah. That is very weird. Okay. Does this place seem a little empty to anyone?
Not a slave in sight. Where is everyone? There aren't even any soldiers.
Something feels off. I don't like it.
Like the fact that the enemy could ambush us at any moment? Yeah, not crazy about that either.
No, not that. Something else.
That must be Volhran's castle up ahead. I suppose we just walk right up to it then?
That's what the guard from before said. Now, if we only knew where they were keeping Shionne, we could try to...
That's it!
Hmm?
That weird feeling. It's not just that the city is empty. It feels like no one lives here at all.
Now that you mention it, it does feel strangely... artificial. Think maybe it's a district just for the Renans alone?
With all this open space? Seems unlikely.
Huh?
Okay. Oh. What?
Hey! You guys! What's going on?
What in the weirdness? This is the 12 o'clock boat ride of
What was that
chanters?
about? They were Danins, right?
That wasn't normal. Wait, you don't think it could have been the fruit of Helgen, do you?
No, they seem too docile. What about astral energy? Could you sense any coming from them?
No, and I'm pretty sure I could tell if it was. If not that, though, then what?
Speaking of which, it didn't look like there was anyone guarding them either.
They were headed for the castle.
And they were masked.
I have a bad feeling about those boats.
Me
I get what you
too.
mean. It didn't feel like those folks are just commuting to work.
The waterway they're floating on appears to lead to Delpharis Castle. If we follow it, we may learn more about what's taking place here.
So, any ideas what the deal was with that boatload of weirdos?
Your guess is as good as mine. They looked like Danon slaves, but beyond that...
This city is grander and more beautiful than any other we've been to, yet...
I know what you mean. From the architecture right down to the people, something feels off somehow.
I've long maintained one can glean a lot about a ruler from their city. Considering how unsettling this place is, I'd say I wasn't far off the mark.
Yeah, not at all.
Despite its surface layer of majesty, walking around inside, it feels more like a hollowed-out ruin.
I say we follow after that boat. If we're lucky, it might be in the mood to give us some answers.
Fair enough. Let's see. Okay, I am going to take the long way around to this elevator just to see if there's any stuff. Yep, there is. Okay.
Man, this place gives me the creeps.
Law, your legs are shaking.
What? Liar?
Just kidding.
You.
She's trying to lighten the mood, Law. Okay. Well, we have a fast travel point. Let's see.
I've
Anything?
seen ghost towns that were more alive than this city. Where the hell did all the Danans and Renans go?
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and just assume that they're
Shionne.
dead. That everybody is dead, because that's what this game likes to be doing. Anything? No.
There's nobody here either. Looks like the only building up ahead is the castle.
But it's weird. So, yeah.
No good. It's a dead end.
I don't relish our chances climbing, or breaking through for that matter.
And yet this seems to be the only way inside. Take a look around. There must be a switch or something to...
What? What is it this time?
Oh, it's, you know, it's the
Look! Over
1215 boat of chanters. I'm sorry.
Alphen!
Astral energy? But then... that means...
Yep.
Snap out of it! Can't you see what's happening? You're being deceived! Please stop! You'll die!
Oh, goodness.
Damn it!
Volhran is killing you! You need to run! Please, get off the boat!
Oh my, it's just boat after boat after boat.
What just happened?
A demonstration, that's what just happened.
Being summoned.
Summoned by that murdering monster?
It's all a demonstration designed to provoke. To prove to us, no, to Alphen, just what he's capable of.
Kidnapping Shionne. Killing all those people. If it's just me he's after, then why hurt them? Why do all this just to get at me? You hear me, Volhran? Answer me!
Alphen, this is not your fault. Don't give this to him.
Yeah, that's definitely not your fault. God.
I know. And I won't. My hands are stained with blood. But even so, if we're going to stop that bastard, then I need to keep going.
Yeah.
Let's move.
Damn it.
How awful. All of those people in the boats. Do you think they had any idea what was going to happen to them?
They did a damn good job of concealing it if they did. You ask me, the only thing on their mind was following orders.
And I bet I can guess who from. Volhran.
The only thing they knew was mindless oppression right to the very end. What kind of purpose is that? Living only to die at your master's whim?
Being a slave means having your whole life stolen from you. In the worst cases, quite literally. That bastard will get what's coming to him. I'll see to it he does.
Yeah. Yeah, we are gonna go in here, and I would very much like to kick his ass. With the pointy end of a sword, by the way. Oh boy, that's not water.
Is this what I think it is? Those people, they were all...
He's sick. Sick and deranged.
Remember this well. This is the true face of who we're up against.
Still, if it's not fruits of Helgen he's using, then how do you think Volhran goes about controlling all of them?
They're all wearing some kind of
They
mask.
didn't look like they'd been threatened, but they didn't look like they understood anything either.
It could be something else, like a potion perhaps. But frankly, I doubt it.
But that would mean they're following Volhran out of choice? But why?
Nothing bolsters a despot's authority more than loyalty. Loyalty is advantageous for any ruler. For Volhran, it means acolytes willing to give their lives for him. As for whether they did it willingly or not, I'd say they're merely puppets dancing to their master's tune.
But to the point where they'd give up their own life force? Is that even possible?
You just saw it for yourself. And think back to when I was your lord. If I'd asked you to sacrifice yourself for some cause, would you have?
Dohalim.
It's a question.
My apologies. My words got away from me again.
No, you're absolutely right. The only difference being that you never demanded such a thing. You wouldn't.
All lords are masters in the art of manipulating their subjects' hearts. Whether they use fear, torture, or various other methods, the outcome is the same.
Fear.
No wonder there's no remaining signs of a resistance force in this place.
Yeah, the people that could got out of here. Ooh, so gross. Okay, objectively speaking, that is a beautiful door. Just, Are we gonna have to fight Shionne?
Shionne!
Wait! Something's not right.
Everyone. They're gone. And I'm
Oh, God.
all alone. It's dark. Please help me.
Shionne,
It's so dark. Everyone.
we came to save you. It's okay now.
And I'm all alone.
Oh, my goodness.
It's dark. Please help me. No.
Shionne?
Lies.
Oh, God. Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Thorns! This situation just got prickly.
There is immense dark astral energy here. Far too potent to be the work of a single individual. It's possible Volhran is manipulating her. But we cannot tell from this far away. We need to be much closer.
Only to do that, first we need to get rid of the thorns.
Yeah,
So we
no
must
problem.
fire
Doing
with
that.
fire. Unless you have a better idea. Alone. I'm all alone.
Shionne!
I can't die. But I also can't live.
Shionne!
Oh my god!
Shionne! We're coming for you! Won't let you down this time. This pain I feel. It's nothing compared to what you're going through. I won't let you go again.
No, yeah, come on.
I can take whatever you give me. So
Oh.
please, open your eyes. Shionne! Here I come. My turn. Dragon form. Eagle assault.
Holy glimmer!
Come on, Shionne.
The thorns just keep growing back. If this keeps up, then...
Please wake up, Shionne! Come back to us! I'm alone.
You are not alone.
Alone? I'm completely alone.
You're wrong.
Alvin!
She thinks we left her all alone. She can't see us or hear us.
Oh,
All of this. It's because I pulled away from you. Because I couldn't hold on to you. Shionne.
oh, God. Oh, jeez.
But you're not alone anymore. Law's here. And Rinwell too. Kisara. And Dohaling. And so am I.
Oh, God, oh, God. Come on.
Believe me when I say, you are not alone. So please,
Yay, I finally got my hug.
don't give up on us. We will bear your thorns together. I swear it.
Oh, God.
Shionne.
Oh. Yes. And now he passes out because, yeah, wow.
How many times do I have to tell you? Not to be so careless.
Yay. Oh boy, the bells.
There's no more time for us to rest.
Let us finish this. I entrust this blade to you once more.
How is he supposed to use it if it burns his hand off? Oh, okay. okay. We just overcome that, huh?
Hey, Alphen?
Yes.
What is it?
While I was away, what did you do?
I missed you.
Oh.
Alphen. But after what happened because of me,
I got a glimpse of the real you. It was worth it. You could say the pain is some kind of reward.
some reward. You sure all that hurt hasn't done something to your head, too?
Only good things to my head.
Now.
Is it just me,
Poodle.
or are they...
Poodle's face.
It's been a while. They're just happy to see each other.
I know. I mean, it's fine.
We all express ourselves in different ways. Leave them be.
They should get a room.
Kisara. Shaded Aster. And more clothes. And master art.
Shionne.
Thanks. I'll be okay. Let's go. We have to take Volhran out.
Right.
Those things that came out of Shionne are her thorns, right? She said they're made of dark astral energy.
She did. But those thorns are no astral art, and she cannot control them. Such immense astral energy, too. Just what are her thorns, really, I wonder?
I assume they have something to do with
Suppose
the
she might have an answer, but isn't yet ready to talk.
botched
Shionne.
thing that happened to Alphen in the past, since it was darkness that came out of the thingy that I can't remember the name of.
Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No...
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh Renin cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me, but my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk. Don't you ever worry you'll dodge at the wrong moment?
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
It's nothing. Let us continue.
No.
So, the Sovereign, the Renis Alma, the fate of Lenegis 300 years ago? Yes. That is a lot to take in, isn't it?
Yeah.
I never realized the weight of the burden you were carrying.
I could say the same.
The person you kept mistaking me for. It was Naori, wasn't it? So, what do you think? Could I be her descendant?
Yeah.
It seems likely. You two do look very similar.
Kidnapping Shionne, mistreating slaves, and who knows what other terrible deeds. Seriously? These so-called lords just think they can do whatever they like.
I am deeply ashamed to be one of their kind.
Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean you, Dohalim.
Do you think Volhran could have been behind what just happened with Shionne's thorns?
I'm not sure. If it was bait he needed, kidnapping her should have sufficed. Perhaps he had some other purpose in mind.
Her thorns aside, as a hostage, surely it would have made more sense to keep her close at hand. So why did he leave her unguarded?
If getting rid of Alphen was Volhran's only priority, then he could have ambushed us directly. It's not as if he lacks the power. He chose not to, which means he's toying with us.
Yeah.
Prolonging Alphen's suffering as much as he can.
But why? What does Volhran specifically have against Alphen? Is it because he's leading the Danon rebellion?
No, it's
Possibly.
obviously more than that.
But try to see it from Volhran's perspective. He'd do anything to win the crown contest. correct? Knowing that the true Sovereign already exists somewhere is bound to ruffle his feathers. Have your paths crossed before, Alphen?
Only when I've been with you guys.
In the end, we just find more mysteries.
What isn't a mystery is how badly we're gonna beat this creep up once we find him.
Thank you, Law.
What a simple and straightforward person you are, Law.
Okay, let's get Shionne back in. Okay, so she's already been given that. It's also a really cool gun. And already has the best outfit for her. She's got, I could stick her back in this black dress, which would actually go well with that, but I'm not going to because I want to put her back in the pink dress. And let's get my party back the way it should be. There we go. I love you, Dohalim. You have some great arts. But, you know, I like this party. This is my favorite party, so that's what we're going to do. Also, let's get her caught up. Ooh, oh my gosh, so many things. Improved healing sounds like the best choice right there. Okay.
Way to give us a heart attack. I wasn't sure how that was gonna pan out for a while there.
I'm just glad everyone's safe. Really glad.
What about you, Shionne? How are you feeling? He didn't do anything to you, did he?
Oh God.
The last thing I remember is being back on the ship. Back then. Seeing Alphen's pain return to him the moment he touched me. It brought me back to my childhood. The fear in people's eyes whenever they were around me. And the next thing I knew, darkness was welling up inside me. It was smothering me. I couldn't see anything anymore. I was all alone.
Shionne.
You're okay now.
Oh, everybody.
You're safe, Shionne. We're here with you. You're not alone any longer.
Thank you.
That made me happy. Okay, so okay, just checking, but we're still not allowed to teleport anywhere. So, onward I guess it goes. We need to beat the crap out of someone. Or, well, or he's just gonna run off somewhere else. But I'd like to think we're going to beat the crap out of him. Wow. I really like that crystal formation puddle. Don't know what fountain? Crystal formation fountain?
Must be Volhran's Imperial Guard.
They don't seem to be keeping lookout. More like they're waiting.
Oh well, the royal welcome was nice while it lasted.
Time to get our fists dirty, huh?
Wait, we don't have a plan!
As far as Law's concerned, this is the plan. Let's go!
Law's just like, woohoo, time to beat people up!
Well, that didn't feel great. Those soldiers were just like the slaves, driven by a warped sense of loyalty.
Yeah, that was just about as hollow a victory as they come.
It's strange. I always thought loyalty was one of the greatest virtues out there. Now I'm not so sure. Is it simply a question of where your loyalties lie? Or is it fealty itself that's the problem?
Maybe it only becomes a problem the moment you stop thinking for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So if
Loyalty's
we defeat
fine and all, but
Volhran,
think.
You think they might learn to think independently again?
Actually, no. Never mind. This isn't the time. We can worry about that after we finish the task at hand and defeat Volhran.
As expected, Volhran's elite guards are quite formidable. Their equipment and training far exceed those of any foot soldier.
We need to be careful not to let them exhaust us before we reach Volhran.
Not a problem.
A grandiose castle for a grandiose city. You really didn't cut any corners.
They're certainly akin to each other. And yet, I'd say the castle seems even more reflective of its owner's personality.
In what way?
It feels overbearing, tyrannical almost, but more than anything, merciless. As if any pretense to ease of living was sacrificed in favor of sending a message. One of domination and a thirst for total power. In other words, the perfect domicile for our power-crazed foe.
Yay!
That's why he let us in.
Ugh.
It's precisely the message he wanted to convey. Almost like he's mocking us.
That bastard's in the mood to play? We'll see who's laughing once we've taken him down a peg or two. Is it just me? Or is the blazing sword burning even more brightly than before?
It's burning with love.
Yeah, as if the astral energy within it has become more powerful somehow.
It would appear Alphen has learned to harness his sovereign abilities to even greater effect.
Is that true, Alphen?
I'm not sure. I don't think I'm doing anything differently.
You're not. It's proof of your strengthened bond with Shionne. No further explanations needed.
Oh man, for real? Nice!
Is that true?
How am I supposed to know?
Fat lot of good the two of you are.
I may have a theory or two I could offer.
Yeah, no. I think we're good.
Now that you mention it, though, I guess I have noticed a change. It's like there isn't as much resistance when energy's being siphoned from my master core.
Aha! So it is a bond thing! Aw, you guys!
Wait, what about your hand? That thing practically used to give you third-degree burns every time you wielded it, right?
Kisara's got a point. And if it's gotten even hotter since then...
I won't lie. The searing heat and pain are almost unbearable. Almost. When I'm fighting, I'm somehow able to endure it. It's like the sword becomes part of me or something. Like I can feel it pulsing through my chest. I can't describe it.
In other words, your heart burns with a flame more powerful than even that of the sword. Fascinating.
Yeah, take it from our resident poet laureate.
Okay, so. It's one big area right here, so let me just... Oh, look at this fountain. It's cool. All right, is there anything lurking around in the corners of this place? No? All right, then upstairs we go. Oh, hello.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Ooh, lustrous astral circle. I think that might be something that I can make a weapon out of, but I'm not entirely sure. It is a level 5 item, though.
With such a huge area to search, where should we even begin?
I believe the largest, tallest structure would be best. In castles, you'll often find the things of most import are located in such areas.
Spoken like someone who used to own one.
So where is he?
There's
Probably
no
in
sign
whatever
of him
throne
here,
room he
so
has.
I can only assume he's
See?
waiting for us in his throne room.
What's with all the fake suspense? Why doesn't he just come out and face us?
I'll say.
Why indeed?
It's not like he's had any problem doing that in the past.
This is all one big game to him. He's probably savoring every last moment.
Like a Zoogle toying with its food before the kill. No wonder he doesn't have any friends.
Ooh.
This is all just a ploy to weaken his prey, wearing us down before the final ambush. It's all too well orchestrated to be anything else.
Alvin?
I'm fine. Once we defeat Volhran, the final Master Core will be ours. With that, we can create the Renaissance and finally put an end to this whole nightmare.
You think. You think and you hope that, but will you? Or does something else happen when you make that thing? Oh, well, that's...
Is the path being pulled up like some kind of drawbridge?
Yes.
Guessing there's no way to kick it back down, huh?
Most likely, it's connected to a control apparatus of some sort. I suggest we search around and see what we uncover.
And actually, that just reminded me of an area way back in Cisloden that had a drawbridge up. So I'm hoping, you know, obviously one day we'll be able to get back to that.
My astral arts are coming along quite nicely.
Coming along? What do you want to do with them?
Oh, you know, sprout flowers from the tip of my staff, suspended in midair.
So you want to be a street magician then?
Hey, Shionne? Do you, you know,
What is it?
do you remember that conversation we had after Almadria? You know, if you hadn't given me that advice that day, I don't know if I'd be standing here talking with you. So, thanks.
Oh.
Anytime, Rinwell. By the way, I wanted to say sorry for attacking you when we first met.
Fret not.
Aw.
If nothing else, it made our encounter that much more lively.
I know, but I've been meaning to apologize for a while now anyway.
At this stage, I'd say it's all in the past. If anything, I consider you a capable and trustworthy ally.
I'm honored to hear you say that. I'll do my best to live up to it.
I apparently can jump all the way down to the bottom from here. That's... no thank you. However... oh, okay. Might be a control device for that drawbridge. Let's turn it on. Up the drawbridge down. There's another drawbridge. That doesn't mean a separate device that controls the lower bridge. Okay. Might be at the top of the other tower. Oh my goodness, this place is huge. Where? Oh, there you are.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Okay, it looks like we are here. Oh, a hanging garden, really? We're just gonna have a weird fight in a beautiful garden. Oh, never mind. It's not beautiful. I mean, it is, but it's not exactly what I would call a hanging garden.
What is this place?
Look, over there!
Oh dear. Angry puppies. That's what that is.
There's no backing out now.
Ah, the old roaring beast welcome, eh? No class.
So lame.
Look sharp, everyone!
Volhran rolling out the red carpet?
Yeah, some hospitality.
Can we all concentrate on fighting this thing?
Sure, I guess we can do that. Oh, hey, come back here.
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Reflect on that thing.
Okay, wait a second. Why isn't there any damage going on? What's that?
There's something in the tower!
Oh, goody, another one.
Hey, we didn't ask for a replacement. Here I come. Here I come. Begin.
Why is nothing hurting it?
Something's happening.
They fused together?
That's not cool.
From depths abyss and became worse by the looks of it.
Is this its true form?
No. I'm gonna say no.
They'll pay for that.
Ignite!
Do it!
All right.
Lightning strike ready.
Okay, sorry we killed your pet. No, I'm not sorry. Never mind. Where are you? You utter
Did it.
ass.
Everyone hanging in there?
Just about. Though if we have to waste our energy on many more like that, I don't fancy our chances against Volhran. We gotta try to conserve.
Oh
That
God.
sound again.
He must be worried we'll have a change of heart. He's certainly pulling out all the stops.
Alphen, I know it's hard, but we have to stay focused on moving forward.
I know.
Are you doing okay, Shionne?
Oh, you're so caring and
Yeah,
wonderful.
Thanks.
We don't know what else Volhran's got up his sleeve. Be careful, all right?
I'll go check and see if the coast is clear.
Okay. Bye. It's okay. Let them have lady talk. It's fine.
What is it?
Oh, it's nothing. Just wondering what that was all about.
Huh?
It's just, you don't think Shionne is acting kinda weird around Alphen, do you?
Like standoffish weird? Isn't she always like that?
No, not that. I mean, since we rescued her.
Then I guess. Maybe it's the identical ancestor thing.
Maybe. I guess that could be it.
You sure you're not reading into it? What? What'd I say?
Nothing. Just forget it.
She did get her first
I
hug,
can
you
never
know.
win with you. You know that?
I mean, yes, obviously something is a little off, but
I wonder if we're getting any closer to finding Volhran.
I sure hope so.
We'll find him. And when we do, there'll be hell to pay.
yeah, hell to pay.
Hey, Kisara. Have you noticed how Shionne...
Seems to be grappling with something all by herself.
Yeah, she's been acting differently around us ever since we rescued her. The same towards Alphen, too. Now that Alphen's regained his memories and his sense of pain, maybe she's become more self-conscious that she still has her thorns. In which case, it makes sense that she'd be feeling out of sorts. But I can't help but think there's something else, too.
You're wondering if there's anything you can do to help her.
Well, of
Shionne
course.
said something to me once. Something that helped me move forward. So I'd like to return the favor and do that for her too. The only problem is, even if I did have the chance to talk to her, I don't know what I could say that would help.
Shionne's dealing with a lot right now. Maybe more than she can handle. Trying to unravel the threads of her own worries, that's challenge enough itself. Not to mention that trying to wade in blindly would probably end up making things even worse than they already are.
But how do we help her then?
By just being there.
For the time being, I think all we can do is be patient and keep an eye on her. That way, when she's finally ready to let us in, we'll be right there to lend her a shoulder.
I hope you're right.
I'm sure she is. Because Kisara seems to always be right. Because she's mom. Ooh, gold gel. An omega elixir. Okay, oh good.
So if Volhran is the lord of the water realm, then it's probably safe to say he has some water abilities tucked up his sleeve.
Very likely.
He and Alphen couldn't be any more different. It's like they were practically born to be rivals.
And perhaps they
Looking
were.
back on it, in both of our previous encounters, he's only ever fought us with his sword. We haven't seen what else he's capable of.
And yet, even with only his blade, he still managed to overwhelm us. He's a force to be reckoned with. That much is certain.
Yeah, that guy is seriously bad news.
Ooh.
It'll be okay, Hoodle. We'll get through this.
Shionne?
It's nothing. Let's keep moving.
Is it though? Oh, really? We can't... There's... I refuse to believe that when there is hallway there.
This area is the grandest looking of the lot, and not a single soldier in sight.
So probably the place. This is it, everyone. We can't let Volhran treat people's lives like toys any longer. We need to put an end to his tyranny here and now. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Ready.
Totally ready.
We've come this far.
Without question.
I'm nervous, but I know what needs to be done.
Whew, okay. In we go. Go time indeed. Okay then.
We've come for you, Volhran!
Did you really come all this way, just so I could take you back over his dead body?
Bastard!
Ooh. Okay, okay.
He dismissed them?
He must not think he needs them to defeat us.
Why have you been coming after me? Isn't it your ambition to become the winner of the crown contest? My ambition, you say?
That seems like a really hard chair to get
I
into.
have no ambitions. Since the beginning, everything was mine to control.
I'm sorry.
Everything, including your life.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm happy to see you.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
A lonely, watery grave is all the burial you shall ever deserve. And yet, it wasn't without regret that I watched you sink beneath those waves. Now, I get to savor carving the life of your body myself.
Why?
Kidnapping Shionne, sacrificing those people. It was all just for your own sick satisfaction. To help pass the time, I would not expect you to understand the tedium that absolute power lays upon you. I've had it with your mad ramblings. I'm here to take you down, Volhran, and free those you've enslaved. Very well. I shall look forward to fashioning my throne from the remains of your existence.
Oh, yes.
Today you will die at my hand.
You wouldn't understand the tedium of absolute power.
I look forward to disappointing you.
Ow. Ow, ow! What the heck? Ow!
Some of this.
Okay, we got zeros. No.
It's all mine.
Die. He just won't stay still. If you can draw his attention, I'll pin him down.
God, his grin. Oh, good job. Oh, yeah.
Did we get him?
He's on there.
Let's go.
From calamity. A debut performance.
Will this help?
Resonate with the earth.
Astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down.
Into the fray. Fight him.
Take this. Burn in hell. I'm ready.
This one's got your name on it.
To action.
Water, hear my call.
Yeah, well, no, that's not it.
What's he planning?
Oh, no. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
We've got a
Mystic art time.
Here I come.
It was nice while it Raging Luna Storm.
Now, are you ready to entertain me?
No, I don't.
Disappointing my eyes on the ground. Here it comes.
Damn it! Don't take your attention off him either. By the
Okay, 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 okay.
Take this.
No further.
hear my call. Where are you going?
Not today.
Here's a healing art.
Now you see what I can all fit into here now.
Not in your dreams. I'll tear you apart. It's my judgment.
Take this.
Ray!
Dragon Shadow.
I'll heal you all.
It's not far enough. We're gonna keep doing stuff. That's what we're gonna do.
Lunar Thrust.
I really owe you one.
Lunar Corruption. Searing Flame.
Did he just slap me?
This is just like that.
Can't get out of this.
Here's evil.
Everlasting
Now
darkness.
this is enjoyable.
Free Blaster. Not in your dreams.
On your knees. Your first strike.
Lunar
Take that.
Corruption.
Air pressure. Another incantation ruined.
Okay,
Now you see what I can.
kick him in the face.
Now, are you ready to entertain me? Don't disappoint me.
This one's mine.
You picked the wrong fight.
Here, let me help.
Here.
Okay, I can't see around all this water. Oh, jeez.
I'll bring you back from here.
I missed it.
It's over. In pain.
Take this.
A new. Please,
In an instant.
We
Got him.
did we though?
It's all over. Volhran. Now put an end to that death procession you're holding outside. Right now! You think this is over? What? Who do you think you are?
Oh crap. Oh, dang.
No, that's...
How can this be? If Alpin's the Sovereign, how is it possible that Volhran has that crest as well?
That's a question, isn't it?
And if Volhran's the Sovereign, then what was the point of the crown contest?
After everything we've witnessed, it would seem the whole thing is a ruse.
Okay.
Bow before your sovereign.
No. Oh crap.
What the hell are you? How sweet your ignorance must be. You resent not being the only sovereign. That's why you're after me, isn't it? There is that, I'll admit. But your grandest sin was unveiling your strength. Sin? You use people as playthings. What right have you to speak of sin? Sin is for the weak. The powerful care only for domination. They never asked you to rule. No one did. What do I care of your wants? You are but a mote of dust in the light.
Alpin!
Ow.
I'm through taking orders from tyrants. You're mine!
Can't get out of this!
Strike!
Cyan, it's
Now I'm through.
This one's mine!
God. Oh god. Ow, 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 ow.
Retreat from the
Stay away from my friend! Not today!
From beyond.
Here's a healing
Imbue
arc.
this vanquished.
And here's a wonder if this is even something we can win. Okay, da 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 da. Ow.
Being interrupted.
Okay, I'll just heal myself. Thank you. Jeez. This is crazy.
I'm in your debt.
Here we go! You're finished!
Negative gate.
Here's the evil!
Easter!
Ready!
Onward! Coming through! Ha!
Okay.
Scarlet Inferno!
Shine. Radiant light.
And more of this and I'll burn out! Unleash! Try harder! My turn!
Don't suffer in
No escape!
Can't get out of this.
I owe you one! I'm on!
I never miss!
Can you take it?
Let me help.
Linus, I couldn't make it in time.
Don't even! Impudence!
No. No arts.
To be let free!
I cannot believe this guy keeps like one hitting people.
No rest for the wicked.
In fact, let me go ahead and ow, ow, ow. Man. Hey, Law, you need to stop dying, please.
Here goes! Started! Take this! There!
Oh god, come on.
Everyone together! I'll shoot him down! This one's got your name on it! Hear one called!
In a bind?
I'll tear you apart!
Let me also
sovereign!
Where are you going?
He's about to attack! Damn it! We need to stop him!
Not much we can really do about that, but
All others shall be banished!
okay. Okay, need to heal right now.
Be the true power of a sovereign?
I don't know.
Just what is this? Here I come!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time! Swallow dance! In a bind? There you will try harder!
You're mine! Ferocious fury! Double demon fang! Yours to be let free! No escape!
All right. Oh, he's in the red. He's in the red. He's in the red. And so am I. So am I. Oh crap. Another life bottle.
Blow away!
And another life bottle.
Here goes!
And a heavy treat.
Where are you going?
Ow.
Rending you a bloody shall bow before me! I shall be the ruler of all things!
The abyssal deep. Clear for us. Now you see what I can do!
I'm not done! This one's all mine! Eat this!
Swallow dance!
Ferocious fury!
Take this!
Ferocious fury!
Okay, yeah, not right now. Let's not die yet, please.
They smite with kneel before your sovereign!
Crap.
Double demon fang! Ferocious fury! Your life will end here! Sonic thrust! Burn! I'm not done! Raging lunar storm! You're mine!
Kill him.
All others shall be banished! You're mine! Try harder! Volhran!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Awesome. Oh my god. You're just gonna keep on getting up, huh? Oh my god! Yes! Get him! You really might want to try using the fire sword. Oh, crap.
Come on now. What do you think you can do?
This guy's still standing?
The throne! Everything rightfully belongs to me! I have seen powers who rules over and crushes those who fall at his feet! You are next!
Oh, Oh, heck yeah! Double sword it! Oh my, oh god, that was so epic! How's that feel on your cold, cold heart, dude?
Is it over?
Yeah, I think so.
Might want to, I don't know, cut his head off or something just to make sure.
There. We finally collected all of the Master Cores. So what do we do now?
It is said that bringing all the Master Cores together in one place should form the Renis Alma.
So, now we put Shionne's with the rest.
With that, we can finally free her of her thorns.
Theoretically.
Shionne.
Maybe you should touch them.
What's going on? Are we missing something?
We can't be. So why isn't it?
Alphen! Behind you!
Okay. Oh, hello? What? What?
What? Shionne, are you the maiden?
What is this? Why is this happening?
What the? The Master Cores!
Who is that?
Is that darkness? A dark Master Core?
What the ever-loving hell?
Renis Alma!
The Renis Alma. It's here.
What's going on? The Renis Alma's only supposed to consist of the 5 Danon elements.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Whoa! Holy crap! Oh, Lost protecting Rinwell. That's adorable. Okay. What?
She disappeared?
What in the world just happened?
Is it over?
No. It's only just begun.
Oh my god! What happened? What is this? I'm sorry? What? Do we have a second opening in the middle of the game? Oh, okay, okay. Weird, creepy ladies. That's a great outfit, by the way. Those look like elemental spirits that I am so speechless right now. What?
A month has passed.
Holy crap!
For the time being, we decided to stay put in Ganeth. Even with their lord toppled, we had a long way to go before the people of Pelegion would be liberated in their hearts and minds. Lenegis hung ominously over our heads. We knew we'd need to deal with it sooner or later. We still had so many questions. The two sovereigns, the Red Woman and the Renis Alma. The present and the past of 300 years ago. Not to mention what happened to Volhran's body after his defeat. Still, we were determined to keep fighting. I had my hands full taking care of everything. But in some ways, I was kind of grateful to be so busy.
Yeah. I don't, like, oh God, I'm so in love with this game right now.
Are you all right? You looked like you were spacing out there.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. You need something?
It's about that citizen's petition. I was coming to talk to you about it.
If I'm being honest, I think the problems of this realm's Danans hit close to home for me.
Oh?
You saw how things were in Menancia. We might have put way too much faith in Dohalim, but at least we could still think independently.
The people of this realm weren't even afforded that much basic dignity.
I don't know what kind of future the people here are going to ultimately choose. But whatever it is they decide, I want to help do my part so they can make that decision of their own free will.
You mean like how the Danans and Renans of Menancia chose to remain committed to coexistence? It'd be nice if this was a step towards that dream.
That's another issue altogether. At the very least, I want to believe all our hard work will pay off in the end.
Yeah. I guess we can only focus on what we can do right now and take it from there.
I'm going to go on ahead. Would you mind talking to Shionne for me?
Not at all. I will do that. Thank you.
Once you're ready, we'll meet up at the castle entrance like usual. We can talk more there.
Okay.
Right. Got it.
Power of a sovereign. Idealist. Wow.
Shionne's been hanging out in the observatory a lot lately. Let's see if she's up there.
Okay, yeah. Let's go find her.